We are live, and this is episode number 2 of today's Q&A. And in this section, we're talking about the flow of a sales call. So we were asked, essentially, actually we get asked this like every day, what is the flow of a sales call? What are you trying to accomplish? And what are the main things that have to happen in order for it to be a good call? So what we're going to do is we're going to try and break it into 3 parts so they can understand the main sections of the call. So part number 1 is going to be the intro. And this is where you're going to either get ice or fire from the people you're talking to, because there's going to be some sales resistance. In other words, people are going to be coming at you fast and furious, hey, get off the phone. Who are you? Why are you calling? I'm not interested, blah, 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 blah. Or they're going to be like really passive and, again, just not answering your questions, but, probably quick to being off the call. So the main thing in section number 1 that you're going to try and do is build trust, build confidence. The challenge with that is you're doing it in some difficult circumstances, as you guys know. So the thing that we do when we coach our agents here is we talk about listing out every single objection that you're going to face. I'm no longer selling. I'm not interested. Are you a buyer? Are you a realtor? Are you local? I mean, there's literally probably 20 or 30 objections that you'll face. It seems like a lot, but as you start to get it narrowed down, there's a lot of similarities and some kind of are even a variation of each other. Once you've written those all down, you want to write out every response that you think is good. Take your time and then role play with some people, maybe 50 to 100 times per objection. And it's not just saying the same exact thing in the same exact way 50 to 100 times necessarily. It is role playing with somebody in a way where they're changing their tone and you're delivering the words in a way that matches them and memorizes them at the same time. So you want to have your objections listed out and dialed in, because the thing is, when you can respond quickly and confidently to what people are saying, oftentimes you can then kind of manage their emotional state a little bit and help them become open to you, which leads you into part number 2. But before we talk about part number 2, really that's the game, is when people are coming at you angry, you need to respond to them in a way that kind of simmers down their anger and opens them up. When they come to you sad or frustrated or whatever you want to, then empathize with those emotions, get them, talking and get them open. So that's the thing. Number 1 is it's all about taking what you get and knowing what to say so that you can get people open. So if you did section 1 correctly, you're really going to be at a place where they're open to you. Basically, if they're still like really closed to you, then you need to do a little bit more work in managing your objections so that you can get people open and talking. The whole part about section number 2 is it's all about painting the picture. We teach a concept called the 3 R's, the reality, roadmap, and results. Basically, you want to find out where people are at now, like did they try and sell their house, what happened, what was going on when it was on the market, those types of questions, followed by what do they want the plan to look like moving forward, what are they trying to accomplish, and then, of course, where do they want to be in the end, and what do they want that result to look like. You can answer those and ask those in any particular order, doesn't really matter. The whole thing is just to get that full picture out so that at the end of that section, you're just kind of going back to them and saying, hey, look, this is where you want to be. This is how you want to get there. And this is where you're at now. Is that right? And if they say, yep, you've got it totally, then you've accomplished that section. And just don't underestimate the power of when you're able to replay somebody's scenario back to them of what they want, how they want it to happen, when they want it to happen, and why they want it to happen, how likely it is that they're going to want you to be the person to do it because you have actually tapped into, their plan. And oftentimes most people will not have the strength or the ability or the confidence to get past that first part to even get to ask the questions. And when they do, they oftentimes just jump right to an appointment setting process instead of really trying to get to understand the prospect in a way that makes them feel comfortable. So second part is to leverage that confidence that you built, that trust that you built, to really find out their whole picture so that they go, oh, wow, okay, this is great. This person really cares about me. He knows me. And then finally, the last part is, setting the appointment or closing on the appointment. This part actually is the easiest part. If you've done parts 1 and 2 really well, it's as simple as, okay, great. Sounds like we need to get together at 4:00 today to start making this happen for you. Or, are you available today at 4:00 or 7:00? Or however you want to use your alternate time close or, your closing techniques. Super simple. Just, hey, let's get together and make this happen for you. So anyways, there's 3 parts, right? Building trust in a very difficult environment, asking great questions to figure out what their plan is and what their picture is. And then finally, just asking for the business, asking for the appointment. Don't ask for the appointment too soon. Make sure you fully understand their situation, because that's at that point when they will feel ready to set the appointment with you. So anyways, hope this helps, and I'll catch you on the next one.